Hi everyone, we are going to have a Friday night battle of the single barrels. In this corner we have the Knob Creek Single Barrel Select Bourbon, and in this corner we have the Knob Creek Single Barrel Reserve. Now, this one I just reviewed recently, the Single Barrel Select Bourbon. This is a store pick. As you can see, there's a label on here. The store gets a bunch of barrels to pick from. They select one, they put their name on it. It gives all the information, so it's picked by a store, a liquor store, a restaurant, etc. Whereas the Knob Creek Reserve is just their basic single barrel. It's from barrels that they deem to be, superior, and they make it a single barrel. It's not labeled. There's no barrel numbers, rick houses, or anything like that. Now, so the Knob Creek Reserve, which I haven't had in a long time, is a straight 9 years, is a 9-year age statement. It's basically a single barrel version of the Knob Creek 9, the regular Knob Creek 9. That's 100 proof. This is 120 proof. The Knob Creek single barrel select bourbon, this particular one is 9 years and almost 2 months. It was barreled on February 13th, 2014, selected on April 5th, 2023, Warehouse K, Floor 5, Rick 2. Now, I was always curious as far as what the difference is between these. They're both single barrels, and they're both going to vary. These are the single barrel reserve. These are picked by Knob Creek themselves, by Jim Beam Distillery, and they are going to pick from the single barrels that they deem to be worthy of being a single barrel. Whereas the single barrel selects are, I guess in a sense, also picked by Jim Beam, but it'll be certain barrels which they deem, and then store owners, liquor stores, will then pick the barrel they want. That's their barrel pick, and they get their name on it. So basically, it kind of like the review can go either way depending on the single barrels, but I was kind of thinking in my own head that this one, the Reserve, maybe just ever so slightly more consistent. Bottle to bottle, they don't show any differences. It's kind of like their own single barrel. Whereas maybe there could be more variances with the store pick. Just my own thought. I want to do a blind review. I just want to taste these two in particular and see if I can pick out which I like better and which I think each one is. And they're both the same proof. They should be the same mash bill, although actually I looked up the Reserve and it actually had said, it's an old review, it said 77% corn, 13 rye, and I think it was 10% malted barley, whereas the single barrel select had showed 75 corn, 13 rye, 10 malted barley. I'm thinking that one of them is wrong. I thought it would be the same mash bill, and it probably is. So basically, just consider that the 13 rye is the same in both of them. I think it's the same thing. Beam Suntory is the company, Jim Beam Distillery, all part of the Jim Beam Small Batch Collection. Let's get these in glasses. We're going to mix it up, and we're going to do a blind right now. Okay, we have these glasses mixed up. Have no clue which one is which, and we can do a blind now. I just want to tell you one thing. Really enjoy these bourbons, but oh my gosh, these tabs are horrendous. These Knob Creek tabs are horrendous. You take it off, it's peeling. I got like wax, peel all over the bar. It's just awful. They really need to take a tutorial from Maker's Mark. They know how to make wax seals. Knob Creek does not. Okay, so we have them all poured up here. Let's just give this one a nose first. And by the way, I'm just going to do this without water. I find sometimes, actually, I can kind of pick out the differences more when I don't have water in the middle, when I go right from one to the other. That's probably just me, but anyway. Right off the bat, I'm getting a little bit more of a stronger nose from this, a little more flavor than this one. So that's the nose. That wasn't too hard. That's for sure. I get more from this, but let's see what the taste is. Cheers. That's very good. Very good. Let's try this one. Cheers. That's a little more muted. Just a little bit more flavor. And let's try this again. Very good. Let's try this one. All right. We're going to give you the decision right now. Okay, so with these glasses here, this one right here in my hand has the nose was more definitely had a nicer nose, definitely more flavor than this one. I mean, it's not a blowout, but it's definitely noticeable both on the nose and the palate. So I'm going to say this glass I like better. Let's see what it is. Just read it. It is the Single Barrel Select. It is the store pick, and I'll just make sure that we didn't label both the same. Is the reserve. Okay, well, to be honest, I'm going to tell you that this is kind of what I expected. If I had to guess, the deal is kind of this. Let's put this over here. These are both single barrels, but you have to figure, if I look at it this way, these are single barrels, the Knob Creek Reserve, picked by Knob Creek, basically with the barrels they deem to be single barrels. I kind of look at it like this, assuming, I mean, this is obviously eliminating the fact that maybe the certain store may not pick the best barrel. It happens, and they're going to vary, and maybe just one store owner, one restaurant owner just has bad taste. Outside of that, I'm going to think overall, I would think that these are going to be better, the single barrel select bourbon, because you have to figure Knob Creek, first of all, they're selecting their single barrels that they want to show the store owner, they want to show the liquor store owner. So they're picking their some of their best barrels, and then the people who are doing the barrel pick are picking the best of the best. So you have to figure it's almost like it's twice gone through two processes, whereas this is one. That's just my own way of looking at it. Obviously, these are going to vary. There can be different, if you do 10 different reviews, you can have 10 different results. I kind of think these reserves are going to be more consistent across the board, whereas these may vary more between stores. But for this review, it is the Single Barrel Select Bourbon, and for me, it wasn't even that close. So more reviews to come, and we're going to be doing some future reviews on Knob Creek climbing the age ladder. 12, I don't know about the 15 because I don't even see it, but definitely the 18 will be in the horizon, out there in the horizon. Take care. Cheers. More reviews.